Alright, second part, we're going to go ahead and check out the GT mode, which I've already started. Alright. I have received today's online login bonus, 5 museum cards. I don't know what that is yet. I haven't been online, so I will check that out later. Right now I have, let's see if I let it load up. See what we got here. You can personalize your player information. If you have a PlayStation Eye camera, you can take a picture and I guess you can have your face there. I don't have that though. GT Life, I think, is what we're looking at. Okay, this is GT Life. So Open Lobby is online, which I'll check out on a different video. Seasonal events. It's hard to explain what that is, so I'll just have to click on that when I'm ready to explain it. Online dealership, same thing. This is currently, whenever you defeat, I shouldn't say defeat, whenever you complete any races and you do well, you get cars for getting gold medals, and they end up in here. When you click on it, and you see this ticket here, and let's see, I obviously won a series, and I get this Mugen Civic 87. It's kind of weird that they actually make you do this to get your car, but so there we go. Looks like Honda Civic. Alright, 87. I'm sure almost everybody's owned one of them at one point. Usually what I do when I get cars is I don't sell them right away, because I'm going to show you next is A Spec or B Spec. B Spec was in Prologue, which is the game they made before this Gran Turismo 5. You basically, it's like sort of like third person view where your car, you actually don't race, you give commands and they race yourself. And let's see, okay, so I'd have to create a driver. I don't actually like B-Spec that much, but I will probably try that, and when I do I'll make a video on it. I've done it in the other video. It's interesting, but I actually prefer the race itself. So let's go into A-Spec events real quick. As you can tell, as you level up, on the top of my screen it says A, which is my license, and 7, which is my level. And when I, as you win, you get experience, you get, you level up, and as you level up, you can enter better races. This is the beginner series, which I've won a couple of them already. You need to be level 4, level 3, and each race has specific, well, some of them have specific guidelines that you must meet, qualifications. So it's one of the reasons why I don't sell any of my cars, because you have to buy a specific car for each race. Like this one, you don't have to, but this is front engine, front wheel drive, compact car. This is just for the Yaris specifically. Japanese cars, I think up to a certain year. So it's very specific. So if you sell a car, you'll find out that you should have kept it because you could have used it here, but now you have to actually buy a car that qualifies for it. So it's a good idea just to kind of look around and see what you need for each car before you go buying your favorite car that you like. You might not be able to use it. I actually found myself making that mistake a couple of times, where I bought a car and the only thing I was qualified to race in was the Sunday Cup and nothing else here. So you have to be careful with that. Let's see. I'm not actually going to do any of these races, but I will show you what happens if you don't have the right car. So here's a lightweight cup. Tells you the 2 tracks. The little number is how many laps, and it tells you the weather as well. And you go to entry requirements. This will tell you what kind of cars you'll be racing against, but entry requirements will give you the list of vehicles that it'll allow. Now, one thing I've noticed, especially if it's a weight requirement, if you get a car and you use weight reduction to get it under that limit, I've tried it once already, it still won't let the car race for some reason. Like, it literally has to be on this list, is at least my one experience that I've tried. And I don't remember what kind of Honda that I had, but it wouldn't let me race here, even though it was lighter than some of the cars in here. So you really have to be careful. Like I said, if you have a guide, or if you want to just, you know, do these one at a time, just look at the list, pick out a car, and see how many other races it qualifies for, so you don't have to buy one car for each thing. So it gets to be a little tricky and time consuming because you do need tons of cars, but generally, you do level up faster, and some people do like to complete all the races. And you work your way up. Now I'm level 7. Oops. Amateur series. I've done these two here. But as you can tell, I do have a car, Japanese, in the 90s, which is the Sylvia. Um, there's pickup challenge, so it's very specific, which means you really have to have a ton of cars. And when you sell the car, you're going to find out, or at least if you do a little bit of research before you sell the car, make sure that you can't use it for anything else, so you're not wasting money. So that's basically what it is. You work your way all the way up, which I'll be trying to do. Let's go back to the home, and I'll explain the home menu a little bit for what I remember. Now, special events, we'll go into that a little bit. Now you have, it's more specialized, obviously, if I call it special events, but it's very specific on what type of vehicle and the conditions. It'll actually tell you what tires you'll need to use, what kind of car that they'll accept, and there's difficulty level, obviously. So it's just another way to make more money and win different cars. But it's more or less like a challenge mode, if anything. So we have licenses. If you're not familiar with that, I'm going to show that in a second. Dealerships, this is when you buy brand new cars and used cars. There's a list. It actually auto updates, and you can buy. You go down the list, and as you can tell, like I'm a level 7. It won't let you buy, even if you have enough money. It won't let you buy anything that's higher than the level that you are. And the benefit is you can get some really nice cars, you know, at a little bit of a discount. But generally, you know, it really depends. Especially unless you're looking for just like one specific car to race one race, you could buy it here, you know, give it an oil change, and then go ahead and race it. Then you can resell it without spending too much money. And of course, dealerships, you have all you're the most common sports cars and regular race cars. Then you have um, pretty much performance companies and sponsors that you can buy their specific racing car. Like Spoon is a big company that deals with Hondas, usually specifically. I mean, these cars are really expensive, but they're already tuned up and ready to go. Like this one's 591 horsepower. You can buy the regular Skyline and do all the same stuff to it, but it's gonna cost a lot of money, and you're gonna have to, you know, it's pretty much up to you. It's I usually don't buy these cars because sometimes you just end up winning them. But if you wanna, you know, get a car already set ready to go, you can buy that, and you can usually upgrade those too. So that's just a quick preview of that. I don't want to get too far involved with that. Practice, self-explanatory. Tuning shop is what makes Gran Turismo, uh, you know, unique from any other racing game out there. They were pretty much the first ones that you could take a car, any car in the game, and add things to it like turbo, sports, you know, sports tires, anything you could think of performance-wise, you can do to pretty much every car. There's some cars have exceptions, like if you go into Actually, I went to the wrong one. You go into turbo kits. Okay, if it has exclamation marks next to it, that means it's not available for this car. Um, so the downside is when you buy a car, you have no idea. Like I said, unless you have a guide, you use a guide online or you buy a strategy guide. When you buy a car, you have no idea what the potential of that car is when it comes to upgrades until after the fact. But I'm sure with a little research, you can figure that out. Alright, so let's go to the license test here. This has always been a part of the Gran Turismo series. And this takes quite some time to get through. There's actually 10 of them. And usually it's just a part of having a requirement in order to race certain races that you'll need to unlock all these before you can do them. I guess I'll try one of these. I guess you can do any one you want. You can't do the last one until you beat all the other ones, I'm pretty sure. But each one is very simple. It explains a portion of a track, a concept, how to race in the game. Let's see, 400-meter stopping challenge. And the first one, it was a really slow car, and this one, it's a little bit of a faster car, so you have to learn that. So let's go ahead and try this one. So this, in a sense, are challenges, but you get a license for racing different tracks if you complete them. Now, in case you're wondering, when it comes to a lot of these challenges, depending on, I remember in the older games, if you want to restart fast, we had to quit, restart, and it would load the match, or it would load the course again, and would take a long time. But in this, if you hit restart, it pretty much restarts immediately, which is good, because you can get trophies depending on how well you do, and if you're trying to get all golds, you're gonna need to try this a bunch of times. Okay. I have no idea where I'm supposed to stop. Okay. Nope. See, I screwed up. Then you just hit restart and try again. You can they'll actually have videos of how to complete these, which is very useful. I'll try this again. Usually what happens is you just look for a landmark. Like, I just went too far, so I guess I have to do a little bit sooner, but I didn't really look at anything too. Yeah, screwed up again. If you watch the computer do it, you can watch how fast they go before they hit the brake, and then you can use that as a cue. Let's try this again. I was looking at the white line in the middle of the road the second time. We got this cross here, which is like the halfway mark. Yeah, see how that was way too soon. Which was, see how crappy that was? That it was almost a silver, but you can just keep doing it over and over until you get that gold. So. And of course, you get experience, which increases your level, which you can buy better cars and race better tracks, or tracks that are worth more when you win. Now, real quick, I'll show, let's see, example. Which they'll explain, or at least show you how it should look.
You'll be required to stop the car as soon as possible in the stopping zone. Only this time it's located 400 meters ahead. Be mindful that your car's speed will be higher, which results in longer braking distances. Therefore, it's crucial you establish a reference point where you initiate braking. And as in the previous braking test, be careful not to overshoot the stopping zone.
See, that was useful. It actually
Principles of this
explained
test
it,
are similar to
and
the
it's still
V1
explaining.
test. However, because of the higher speeds involved, your braking reference point should come earlier. Choose a good reference point that works for you.
So it looked like he stopped just before the beginning of the second line. So I could use that, try it again, and probably do better. So that's just oops, a quick explanation of how that works. If you're having trouble with them. Alright, so that's basically it. It's great that you don't have to go on YouTube to find somebody who actually knows how to complete those, because the game actually shows you how to do it and explains it. So that's definitely a thumbs up for Gran Turismo. See, now I have a trophy and I can continue. And you do get vehicles for and achievements and such for completing with all trophies, you know, all golds or all silvers. Okay, so Tune Shop Photo Travel. I don't even know what that is exactly. You do actually have to do oil changes, and you can wash your car. It doesn't affect anything, but it does make the car look better, I guess. You can do all that in there. You can actually change the color of the vehicle, and I believe you have to unlock the colors by buying cars, which every time you buy a car, um, it'll say you unlock that specific color, and so you can use that to change any of your other cars that specific color. It's kind of a weird concept, but now do probably okay. So you customize the color of your wheels by painting them any color, and this is very specific too. Sometimes they won't let you do it. Same thing with any of these modifications. So sometimes you can do certain modifications with cars, and sometimes you can't. Like, see, I can't do any other modifications to it. Repair chassis. You can pretty much do anything you could do with a real car. See, I can't even change the wheels of this car. It's a special car, obviously, but car wash, oil change, paint car. I wonder if they'll let me paint the car. Probably not, right? I already checked that. No. But if you could, I guess it would let you. So as you could tell, pretty much every aspect of a car, depending on the car, you can pretty much change. So a lot of the fun with this game, besides the racing, is the customization that you can do. Let's go to the profile real quick. And these are I guess all of my other friends who probably play the game, I'm assuming. And of course stats. And I guess probably achievements are on the bottom. It's really hard to tell. It doesn't really explain it, but community. I've done nothing online, so I guess it's not gonna have much here for me. Those I guess are just quick buttons to go wherever you need to. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's way too much to show and to do with this game to have it all in one video, but just wanted to have a quick overview so you get an idea of what you can do. Let's get out of here. Okay, that's pretty much it for the GT mode. The next video I'm gonna go over the course maker and explain how that works, and then maybe I'll check out the Gran Turismo TV on the same video. I actually haven't checked that out yet, so that should be interesting.